So we've seen questions already.
We're gonna. I guess we're gonna show the product first, and then go through the question later. Right. Okay. How many people on?
No sounds.
No sound?
I can hear sound on my side.
Yeah. Sound check. I think it's fine. I can hear from you.
Okay. Yeah. So hi everyone. Welcome to the first INART live stream for the international market. We've done a few in China. So today Ivan's going to take us through and have another closer look at the Wukong figure.
Yeah.
So this is the Great Sage armor, and we've got some accessories, some hand sculpts and stuff like that. And then as we go, I'll be able to answer some of your questions, and Ivan will be able to answer some as well.
Yeah. Just to make sure we have sound. Right?
Yeah, we've got sound.
Wanna mute that? It's kind of
can't mute.
Yeah.
I'll go and get some headphones. Yeah. So do you want to talk them through the figure?
Yeah, no problem.
I'll come and get questions again.
能看到是多少人吗 Right. So 200 so far. That's good. 我们要不要切一个近景 Just trying to figure out how we're gonna, right? Okay. So as you can see from the close up, this is the first time second time we did the Wukong figure from Game Science of their game Black Myth Wukong. This is a 1/6 action figure of the costume final stage, as you can see from the camera. This is all plastic, ABS and PVC. So it's nothing metallic. So it's all ABS and PVC. But we did try. We had I'll go into details later, but we spent quite a bit of time figuring out how to coloring all of the armor to make it more realistic and more layers, and to recreate the sense of metallic armor. It's there's two things that we did different with this hero figure. I guess I would say improvements, two major improvements. The first being that we have already finished all the molds, so that means we have already this is like so that means this is like a pre-mass production sample. So all the molds are finished, and the coloring, as you can see from the figure, the coloring has been all broken down into 1200 procedures. So this is a color done by the factory. It's not made by our artist. This is factory made coloring as well as the whole set. So finished molds and manufacturing coloring. So it's very close to. This is a T1 version as we have right now. We're gonna have like small tweaks and improvements, and we can generally ease into T2 and T3 version. Nonetheless, it's gonna be very, very close to the shipping ones. So by the ones you're gonna get on your hands, this is gonna be very, very close. So it's not 3D printing, it's pre-mass production samples. So it's all gonna be very close to the ones you're gonna purchase, if you're gonna purchase, and if you're gonna get later this year. So we do gonna ship out this year, quarter four, right? Quarter 4, yes. And the price is
$360.
Yeah, $360, and I guess the deposit was how much the deposit?
$70.
Yeah, $70 deposit. It's a global license, so from anywhere, if you're anywhere from the world, you can make a pre-order with $70 and $360 with the full price. We're gonna ship out this year, end of quarter 4. We're probably gonna, because all the molds are finished, and all the coloring process being break down for the factory. So we are expecting to have like a faster release on this particular figure. And if you guys are familiar with the game, we actually, so I'm just gonna move my giant face out the camera. If you're familiar with the game was released 20th of August last year, and we only started this pre-order right now. It's like almost like half years late, because we're trying to make all the manufacturer process beforehand of pre-order. So that means you would have a significant less wait time on this figure. And we also tested out numerous of the detailing, especially on the coloring. So as you can see, this beautiful armor, we spent quite a bit of time on the coloring process. As I mentioned, it's more than 1,200 process. It's all handmade coloring. I'm not sure if you can see from the camera, the yellow, the gold color from the shoulder is actually significant different from the color of the leg piece. So even though they both look like similar color, but if you get it on hands, it actually look quite different, just to recreate different texture, different layers of the armor. It's mainly ABS and PVC, so you wouldn't worry about the aging, or the molds, and all that kind of stuff. It's very easy to be taken care of. You just brush it out with a bit of water, or with a brush. You just clean it just every now and then. You won't have too much of a problem. So yeah, with $70 in deposit and then $360 full price, we're gonna ship out worldwide towards the end of this year. Most likely, very likely to ship it out sooner. So because we finished all the molds. So yeah, this is beautiful 1/6 final stage armor of Wukong from Black Myth of Game Science Company. We are the only license holder for making 1/6 and 1/12, as well as 1/1s. Excuse me. Right, John?
Yeah. So there's some questions about the accessories.
Yeah.
That it comes with. So do you want to walk us through the accessories?
Yeah, the accessories. I guess the biggest part of this accessory is the armor itself, right? So the armor itself is the most important accessories. With that being said, he does have a plain clothes underneath the armor, so you can take the armor off, and he has like a plain clothes. And the clothes, you can see from the bottom of the leg, it has a certain texture of detailing of the clothes. So the dress all the way goes up to the upper body. So you have like a full plain clothes, and on outside on the outside it's a armor, right? So the armor itself is one of the most important accessories, as well as with the crown. I don't know how you call that in English. And then we have
feather headpiece, right?
Yeah, feather headpiece, and we have these replaceable scalp, and then this is a magnet attached to the top of the head, and you can just simply replace it, and then you get like a new look. And this bowl of the how do you call that? This part, this is replaceable. You can simply take it off, yeah, a strap, and then you have the new look without the crown, and then you just replace it fairly easily.
And then there's a question about a rooted version.
Yeah, we're not gonna make a rooted version, so it's all gonna be silicone. And then we also have like a certain sets of different hands. I'm gonna have like a quick show of all the hands. So yeah, and then all the hands. So basically, with all the hands, you can recreate almost all the posters from the trailer of the game. The very first trailer. So you can sort of recreate all that posters. My favorite one would be this. if you remember from the trailer, so it's taking the stick out of his ear. So yeah, this is my favorite, and then you can definitely recreate that scene from the trailer. As for the joints, because action figure, right? I'm not going to mess around with the figure here, but you can probably see that from different source of the stream, because we've been streaming for the last 3 days, and we have like all different posters, right? The ones where he we have like 10 sets of different postures. You can check it out from there to demonstrate all the the joints, all the actions, how to use that, the flexibilities of the joints, right?
Yeah.
With such heavy armor suits, it moves. Yeah, it
Can
moves.
it hold the pose?
Yeah,
Can it
hold
be
the pose.
fully posable, fully articulated.
Yeah.
It can do all of those things.
Yeah.
Okay. The question about the feathers, how movable are they?
Yeah, well, it's quite flex. Do you wanna? It's ABS material, so like a highly flexible plastic, and you can just bend it like whatever way you like. Like it's not gonna break easily. It's very flex, and I do get a request for making like a running pose where the feather would like going like sideways, like almost like this. I'm not gonna mess around with this one, but if you want to heat it up with the hair dryer a little bit, you can easily pose that. And if you heat it up with the hair dryer, you can easily retaining the pose we have right now. So it's highly flexible. So I wouldn't too worry about it's being damaged or whatnot. And if you can see, by the way, if you can see the little textures on the feather here and the feather here, we have like if I remember right, I think we have like 50 steps of coloring this feather. So just recreate the likeness of the feather. And then just see all the textures, all the coloring, and it goes down sideways, exactly like the fur, right?
Yeah. Then the other questions about the base itself. So have we given up on magnets? How is this figure posed?
So this we have like a stand for this one. Goes all the way up to the crotch, as you can see, and then you can adjust the height. Oh shit, not supposed to come out, but you get the idea. So you can adjust the height with the screws on the side, and then you can take it off. I can take it, and then there's a small piece from the base, like small rock. You can cover the hole, and you can have like a full, like a complete rock base. And also we're gonna have like a replaceable rock here for you to put in to recreate the scene from that trailer as well, to slowly take it out, right? Do you remember that from the trailer? So yeah, here you can do that.
So the base is one piece, or is it two pieces?
It's one piece. It's one piece.
And there's no die cast on this one, right?
Yeah, it's no die cast on this one. It's all it's mainly PVS and PVC and ABS.
Do we have any images without the armor, or do we only taken photos?
We can have actually we can take some images after the holiday of the without the armor.
Oh, yeah. And then another question's about the series, because we had another Q&A earlier where we talked about the Wukong figure. So how will we do more from the game? Yeah,
for one series we're gonna do Wukong and Bajie first. So it's all gonna be this year. So we're gonna do two first this year, Wukong and Bajie. And for the rest, we are in process of making them. I'll cover I think 2-3 more. But it's not certain yet. We're gonna see how Bajie plays out, and how especially how the Wukong figure plays out, because we have very limited pre-orders for every year. So we're trying to be careful with what we put out, is opportunity cost and all that everything. But for 112, as for our Morphe brand, we are gonna make unlimited numbers of Wukong figures from the game. We already made, I think, 5, 6 for Morphic, and we're definitely gonna make more for Morphic. If you want like a wider range of characters of the game, just stay tuned with the Morphic brand. So we already made quite a few ones for that already.
And the box question, is this the final?
Yeah, this is the final box. We can.
I'm not sure if this is visible.
Yeah.
So I can't see the screen. Yeah. So this is the box.
Right.
So
have like a hidden texture on the front, and then just this is on the back. If you open it up, there's a painting on here. If you're lucky enough, you have the premium one with the game that came from the game. The one from this one, very similar boxing that from this one, but it's not very similar idea with the boxing. We did this one as well, and now we're moving on to this stage armor.
So for Morphig, will Morphig have movable eyes, or is it not possible at that scale?
It is possible, but we're not gonna making movable eyes because it's not like high priority for us right now. But in terms of techniques, it's very established to have movable eyes for 112. But it's not yet for us.
What's that?
What's that? Is there any plan of re-release? No, we're not gonna do any release for this one. This is gonna be one-time figure, as well as for this one as well. So yeah, we're not gonna do re-release of any Wukong figures.
And then for the wrist pegs, they're magnetic, or
no? It's not. It's a traditional
peg.
Yeah, traditional peg. Yes.
Okay, so yeah, traditional to the ones.
But we do paint it in black, so if you go on sideways, I'm not sure if you can see that. It has like a sleeve, and then we have like a black dark paint of the ball, so you wouldn't see that quite easily through the sides. Like if you do postures on the sides, you wouldn't normally this it's the it's we had a black paint in the joint of the ball joint, so yeah, can you see that? Yeah, it's not very easy for me to adjust from this angle, but yeah, you get the idea.
And then for the armor itself, someone has a question about how you mentioned that the joints will be strong enough to hold the pose.
Yeah, definitely.
Will there be any paint rub from the armor, because it's all PVC, right?
Yeah,
so rub it off when it's
because it's PVC and ABS, and then we're testing out all the coloring techniques. So it's not gonna coming out very easily. You just because if you can see, if I could just rub it off, you don't like it's not. I wouldn't too worry about this.
It's not gonna chip, right?
Yeah, it's not gonna chip because it's quite ABS and PVC materials are quite how do you say that? It's established, quite mature.
Yeah.
The techniques are quite mature, so I wouldn't too worry about
established technology.
Yeah,
so it should be, the paint should be quite deep, so it won't be able to chip as easily.
Yeah, that's one. That's actually the main reason we choose ABS and PVC, because it colors so well. And in considering it's going to be a lot of people who buying this products are probably from the game community. A lot of the gamers maybe have not yet bought any 1634. So we're trying to make it more friendly to all customers. So we're taking care of the mass production issues. So it's not gonna chip or anything like that. So it's to go around and mess with it. It's not delicate as that. So, well, I do. I would be careful with this armor because it's very complex, but it's not like it's a delicate thing. You wouldn't because it's action figure, right? You're supposed to.
It's fully posable.
Yeah, it's fully posable.
It's articulating, fully posable. So this is the early production piece, and it's been posed already. So we don't want to make too many adjustments right now.
Yeah.
Because it's an early piece, but when you get it in hand, it'll be fully posable, fully articulated, just as you expect from any of our figures. So it's not a statue. Someone's mentioned that.
Yes, it's not a statue. So the price is $360 and deposit $70. We ship worldwide. It's a global license. We're gonna ship it out towards the end of the year. So if you purchase now, you can get it, end of the year.
Yeah, and at the moment, if people pay in full, the priority shipping as well.
Yes.
So if you pay full on our website, if you go to INART.studio, you'll find the pre-order page there. And I think there's some influencers out there that might have some discount codes that might be usable at the moment.
For this one, it's movable eyes, so you can adjust the eyes from behind of the head. No, from the bottom of the neck.
Yeah. So there's someone mentioned metal and diecast for some parts in the description.
No, we never mentioned diecast for some parts. The only diecast parts would be the stand on the base. So we do not have any diecast on the armor. It would not fit for the armor if we do parts of the diecast or part of the ABS and PVC because the
thickness.
Yeah, the thickness would not fit.
And then another question is, so why did we not decide to do magnets on this one? Is there a reason we didn't choose magnets this time around?
Because it's quite heavy armor. So this figure is quite heavy, right? With all the armor on the suit. So if you do like side poses or some maybe not ordinary pose, the gravity points can be shifted quite easily. So we decided to go with the stance to make sure it doesn't fall out because the armor is too heavy. Right, that's why we didn't do magnet for this one.
So will that base in the product description be available to order? I don't know what that means. Chris Williams, from your comment.
Oh right, is that from the I think it's from the video, right? From the promotion video. We have a different base.
Okay.
Yeah, we try to make because it's only for demonstration purposes, right? It's like a promotion base. But then we do get requests for making that one. We asked the studio to make a smaller version where it's possible to ship worldwide. Otherwise, it's going to be too expensive to ship. So we're going to make a smaller version of that diorama base to recreate the scene from the trailer. And I think we should be able to sell that within this year as well.
So is the scope the same as this one, or we made
no? It's different heads, different face. I can take it out and just see the comparison. As you can see, it's different face, different looks. For this Sage Armor one, it's more serious. It's a final battle, right? But for this one, it's more like it's a different scene and different emotion, different vibes as well. So yeah, it's different hats.
Yeah. To answer Chris Ruiz, yes, the feathers can be removed, and there's a scalp that can also be replaced, which is magnetic.
Yeah.
So
I can just
if people are just joining now, then we can show you again how the headpiece can be removed.
Yeah, it's quite easy because we have a magnet on top of that. So yeah, you can separate it out. And then the feather is quite flex, so you wouldn't to worry about to break it, or you can actually pose it with the with different poses from the body. You can recreate the running one. So you maybe want to bend it over to make it seem like you're running really fast, and then you can just twist it back. It's quite flex, so I wouldn't too worry about that.
So another question is there a reason we didn't go for like a wire that runs through?
Oh, it's gonna be too thick. If we're gonna make a wire, for one, it's gonna be too thick. If we want to recreate all the details from the from the further. If we put like a wire inside of this, it's going to be too thick, and it's not going to be very flex as we have as ABS materials we have right now. So yeah, without the wire, you can pose it quite easily. If you have like a hair dryer right now, you can heat it up a little bit, and then you can just pose it any way you want, any way you like.
So Ron mentioned he's never heard of this character. So this famous PlayStation game, but it's also one of the most iconic stories in Chinese mythology. There should be some movies about this. This character. I think there's a series on Netflix. So the character itself is really interesting. So if you've never heard of Wukong, it's definitely worth looking at.
Yeah, the game is really fun to play. I guess that was one of the top sellers of all PlayStation as well as PC games last year.
And yeah, this is worldwide release, so it's available in almost every country.
Yeah.
If you go to our website, and there'll be a part where it'll say estimated shipping. If you click on that link, we've got the estimated shipping costs to most countries. If your country is not listed, it means generally we don't get too many orders from there. But if you send us a message, we can calculate the estimated shipping cost, and INART will cover a proportion of the cost as well to keep the pricing quite balanced.
Yeah.
So if you head to the website, you can learn more about the product there. So that's inart.studio.
Yeah.
And then you can find on the main page.
Right. So the deposit would be $70, and then the full price is $360. We're going to ship it out towards the end of the year. Yeah, Q4. It's fully licensed, global licensed, and we are the only license holder to make the figure 1/6, 1/12, as well as 1/1.
Any more questions?
How many people we are?
Yeah, I'll ask Matt.
Yeah.
So in terms of batches, there's a question about the batch system.
Yeah.
How many batches will it be?
It's hard to say. We'll have to wait until the pre-order finish. So by the way, the pre-order finish on the 24th of March. So before 24th of March, you can place your order anytime you like. This is a limited time, but unlimited orders. So anytime before 24th of March, you can place your order.
And will there be any further updates before release? Is there anything more?
We're going to make a few changes, a few tweaks here and there. As mentioned, this is T1 version. We've already finished all the molds, and the figure you see right now, the coloring is being made by manufacturer. We have been broken down all the coloring process for our manufacturer. So this is a recreate version by our manufacturer. So that means this is going to be very fast because we finish all the molds, and it's going to be very close to what you have seen right now because the coloring is all recreated by our manufacturers. And we do going to make some changes here and there according to all the feedbacks we're getting from the past week. So we're going to be looking at T2, T3 version. We're going to make an announcement probably after the holiday, after the Chinese New Year holiday, and tell you guys where we have been made changes. It's all going to be small pieces here and there. There's nothing major going to change. So it's going to be very, very likely to get very close to this version.
And it was all sculpted in ZBrush, right? Or ZBrush, as Americans say.
What do you mean?
The sculpting, it's the computer software ZBrush.
Yeah. Oh, ZBrush. Yeah, mostly ZBrush. We do ZBrush mainly.
Oh, yes, yeah. Usually always, right? And then in terms of Morphic, there's a few questions about that. Is this the prototype?
No, this is the prototype of 1/6 statue of our Queen Studio brand. This is going to be a 1/6 statue, like a small printout. Just check out the sizing, posing, etc. This is for 1/6 statue of Queen Studio. As for Morphic, we're gonna do two Wukong figure Wukong costumes for Morphic. The stage one, of course, and also we're gonna have the bronze metal costume. I'm not sure if that goes into English, but yeah, we're gonna do two costumes for Morphic, and for 1/6 of INART, we're gonna do this only this one.
And then another question. So will we make fourth sister and pink?
Yeah, maybe we'll. It's a high chance to do a female character of this game. It's already in R&D, but yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it plays out. If the hype is good enough, we're gonna release. If it's because this game, it's not like it's not like the DC or Lord of the Rings. It's not as classic as those ones, right? So if the hype goes down, we might not release other characters.
And then currently there's an officially licensed rooted Wukong by Uman Studios.
No, it's not. I can be sure it's not licensed.
Yeah, because Game Science, they've got 2 offices. There's one in Shenzhen and one in Hangzhou, right?
Yeah, mainly in Hangzhou. Yes.
Yeah, which is where we're based in Hangzhou, and we
Yeah.
also have a team down near Shenzhen, so
Yeah.
they'll know the team very closely.
Yeah.
Also,
I personally friends with the creators, with the 3 main guys, two main guys. So we are the only license holder for making figures.
Yeah, B Show channel is watching, so thanks for watching. And they also attended the Japan event, I believe.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Welcome.
Yes, so someone said it's Marvel, DC to us Chinese. So the sales in China is very, very good right now.
Yeah.
The overseas is slightly behind, so if there's any support right now, that'll help us
That'll
out.
be much appreciated.
Yeah.
It's because it's such a beautiful piece, right? I just look at it, it's so beautiful, the coloring, and then never mention that we already finished like 80% of the work, so it's going to be very close to the one you look at right now. So it's not 3D print, it's pre-production sample. It's very, very close to what you're getting towards the end of this year. The deposit is $70, $360 full price, and we ship out worldwide. If you go on our website, you can see the estimate shipping cost, and then we'll share some of the shipping costs as well. So be sure to check out our website.
So one question, I pre-ordered Paul June from Queen Studios. Will this be slower to get to the US first buying on INART site? So the Queen Studios and INART site are actually the same company.
Yeah.
So originally when we launched the brand, it was sort of co-done. As time's gone on, we've developed a new INART website, and we'll also have an independent site for Morphic.
Yeah.
So the reason for that is each collector base is slightly different. So it makes it a bit more streamlined for customer service if you go into one channel.
Yeah.
So the INART website is the official orders. The June pre-order will go from the Queen Studios just because that's where you place the first order. This is available at INART. And then morphig.com will be the new website for Morphig, which will be launching after Chinese New Year when we're ready to start to roll out some more Morphig figures.
We actually have, if we can adjust the camera, 我们可以调一下那个相机. We just have the statue from Queen Studios of the stage armor as well on the behind. We're just gonna give a quick glance of the beautiful figure we have for Queen Studios.
So this won't be a limited release. It's limited during the pre-order time. So once the pre-order is finished, that's as many as we'll make. We won't reissue. Yeah. And then right now we're showing the 1-to-1 bust that was available for a limited time on the Queen Studio store.
Just beautiful of that rooted hair.
Someone's asking, are we still working with Morjing Toy?
Yeah, we do working with Morjing Toys to produce more base, because it's we're actually working with them quite closely.
Another reason to go direct from INART is over the next year or so, we will be able to add a reward system. So the more pre-orders you place direct with us, we'll also have some points that will be redeemable against bases and figures like that. So if you buy direct, that's always the best way. Someone asked, is the
I don't know. I don't think so. It's not gonna be coming anytime soon. The Yaksha King. No, it's not gonna be anytime soon. But we might be able to do that for Morphic for 112. But for 1/6, we're looking at the Sage Armor Wukong, 1/6 Bajie, and most likely a female character along the way. So probably gonna be 3 or 4 at most for the Wukong Black Myth Wukong game series.
Another question about the Doom. So my previous order from INART Direct 4 never appeared on my account. Is there a way to add past orders? At the moment, if you've got an account on Queen Studios, there's no way to really move it over to the INART store. We just have to have them differently. But if you've got one order on Queen Studios and then you want to redeem points, we will be able to move those over. So
yeah,
so there's no worries about that. Who was the lead sculptor on this?
It would be Viper, of course.
Okay, Viper was the lead sculptor on this. Yeah, the armor can take off, so it can be displayed without.
Yeah, there's a plain clothes underneath the armor, so essentially it would have 2 looks, right? But then I would definitely have the armor on because it looks so good. You could see. I'll just put it on sideways. I'll just lift it. The shirt you can see. There's just gonna move the camera a little bit. As you can see from the legs, as you lift it up. As you can see, this is quite flex with the armor, right? It's not like a stirred as you would imagine with all the heavy armor. You can see there's clothing underneath as well, so it goes all the way up to the upper body as well.
And then any other game series in the works? So people asking about God of War, The Witcher.
Yeah, it's all gonna be for, if we're gonna ever make those, it's all gonna be for Morphic. For 112 line.
And Resident Evil 1.6 was unlikely, right? If we did it, it'd be 112 as well.
Yeah, it's gonna be 112, but we're in the process of negotiating with licensor right now.
And then question: so will we be making a behind-the-scenes footage of this?
Yes, we already made them. Trying to put it out after the holiday.
Okay. So Seyful says your English is very good. Thank you.
Really, thank you very much. He is from the UK.
But it's not too bad. Yes, the headband is wearable. Well, meaning that you can remove it and change it out. So will they attach the armor, or will it come assembled out of the box? Yeah, so will the armor be assembled out of the box, or do you have to attach it? Because that was the criticism for Batman and the belt and the strap.
What do you mean? Which part?
So the armor,
yeah,
will it come out the box like this? Or
yeah, it will be come out from the box like this. Yes, you won't need to wear it on, right? It's gonna be a little bit complex for this one. But if you do want to take it out, you could take it out, but it's gonna be tricky to put it back on. But we do have like a plain clothes underneath, and we spend quite serious dollars to make a clothes that invisible with the armor. But then yeah, nonetheless, you can take it off or take it down. Just be careful with it.
Yeah, so
it's a little piece underneath, and you see this spread textures of the clothes. So it's we spend money on the invisible things too. So
yeah, so some questions about articulation and posing.
Yeah.
So this one, it's quite delicate right now because it's an early piece, so we're not going to fully pose and articulate, but it will be fully posable, fully articulated.
We actually made quite a bit different poses in the past week, and you can see that we can share some images, some poses from this piece, but we're not going to mess around because I'm not the artist, and I try to stay away from this because the Viper is not here, right? So yeah, it's actually fully articulated. We can do the this pose as well, so it's quite flex, but I'm not gonna mess around with it because I'm not on the design team. If you're not on the design team, you're not supposed to getting too close to the figure, if you know what I mean. But we're gonna share some images we did, because we've been streaming in the Chinese social medias for like 3 days, and we did like a few, like a number of different poses. We're gonna share some picture from that one, just give you like a example how articulated it can be.
Yeah, so then some other questions that came up. We did a live Q&A with Will Foxication.
Yeah,
earlier.
Just like an hour ago.
Yeah. So
be sure to check out his channel, and we answer like a lot of questions there too.
Yeah, so the question about the 2.0 for Joker, we answered that question. So there's no immediate plans.
Yeah.
The initial reason is that the likeness rights for Heath Ledger are expiring.
Yeah.
So we made the initial attempt to start the process so that we've got the option later down the line, but it's not really something we're working on right now.
Yeah.
2.0s are at the bottom of our list, but if you watch that stream back,
Yeah.
you'll be able to get that question answered. And also the Batfleck, we're working on a Bruce Wayne, a tactical armor as well. And then maybe Nightmare Batman a little bit later down the line.
Yeah. Just some of the popular ones. So we're going to make, this year, we're going to make Wonder Woman, Catwoman, Ben Affleck, Batman. And I always miss just four. And the Christian Bale Batman, but that one can be a little bit late. But then the three I mentioned first, Catwoman, Wonder Woman, and Ben Affleck Batman should be fairly quick. We're looking at them to be released this year with pre-orders.
And then there's some questions about the batches. So there's a theory, or we've seen the images online, that the batch quality changes.
Yeah.
So some people compared batch 1 to like batch 2 or 3.
Yeah. Because it's all handmade, right? So the reason why it looks so good, especially for this one, as you can see, all the different colors, the coloring for the armor, it's all handmade. It has 1,200 plus steps or procedures to coloring this whole armor. It's all handmade. So you're gonna have to have some to spot some of the differences because it's all handmade, right? That's why it looks so good. It's not because the batches. It's just naturally, if you're doing handmade, if you write down a sentence and you write it down again, it's gonna be different, right? It's just simple as that. So we don't have like a batch system, and we deliberately to make it different. It's just because there's most of the procedures are handmade, and it's gonna be slightly different. But then if you don't compare side by side, I wouldn't say it's very noticeable, but it's just, you get what I mean. But it's because it's all handmade, it's very tricky to have them exactly look one another.
So then the Batman is from Justice League or from BVS? That's the question.
From BVS.
Okay. And then have you changed your mind? Ninja Turtles. Yeah, Ninja Turtles isn't really something that we'll be working on.
Yeah, we're not gonna be making those.
There's quite a few questions now about Chainsaw Man. I've seen 4 or 5 comments. So Chainsaw Man.
Yeah, Chainsaw Man, we're going to be released 2-3 figures this year. Finally got approvals from the licensor, and we already expired the first license. Because for people who don't know, we are buying licensing for a time period. So we already expired for the first one because of all the approvals and the R&D stuff. But then finally we got it approved, 3 figures, and we will look at to release 2 or 3 to pre-order this year. So yeah, finally we can ship it out, or make pre-orders this year. Yes.
And then for the Bale Batman that we sort of teased before, will that have rooted hair option as well?
We are testing it out because it's like a shorter hair. Like if you have a short hair, it might not be as good as silicone hair, but we tested it out. It's not certain yet. As I mentioned, it's going to be next year, so we won't be doing this. We're going to test it out. We're going to make sure it looks the best. We're trying to make it good, right? So it's going to be next year, and we're testing out the silicone hair and rooted hair and all that, because the short hair is medium length hair. It's tricky to do.
And then for some more questions about BVS Batman. So when we talk about BVS, we're not talking about the big armored version. We're just talking about his normal BVS suits. It's more of a tactical rather than a big mechanical armored suit. So that's what we're referring to there.
Yeah.
Poseability, we've talked about that. We're not really going to pose this figure too much, but it will be fully articulating, and we'll be sharing some more photos, maybe some more shots this.
Yeah, we're going to be sharing photos. You can see that from our official shots, but we also going to share photos that we did with this particular figure in the past 3 days, because we've been streaming in the Chinese social media for the past 3 days, and we've been doing different poses. And you can see from this one, this is the pre-production sample. So this is the finished mode. It's not 3D printing. It's all finished mode, and then the color is recreated by our manufacturer. We'll break down all the coloring process. It's over 1,200 process, 1,200 steps of the coloring. So as you can see, it's a beautiful armor here because it's so much work in terms of coloring this suit. So so that means you can get it in time because we have finished all the molds, and you can, it's very close to get this one. It looks very close to this one because this is a recreate version from our manufacturer. It's not done by our artist. So yeah, it's not going to be very close to this one. It's going to be $70 in deposit and $360 for full price, and we ship worldwide, global license. And if you check our website, on the bottom is the link, and you can see the estimate shipping cost as well. We're going to share some of the shipping cost, so just balance out the money you spend for this beautiful figure. So yeah, this is global license, and be sure to check out our website.
So the funner question is, if you could make, I think it's from Keith Lee, if you could make any figure from any IP, any character, what would you make?
Shit. I think I answered in the Japan event. I would make the Lady Jessica from Doom movie. Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, for me, maybe, I don't know, Mike Tyson would be cool.
Mike Tyson, yeah. Mike Tyson is a good choice. Yeah, Mike Tyson is actually very good choice.
With the
very
tattoo on the face. Yeah.
Yeah.
Then you could do maybe what's it called? The Hangover version as well.
Oh shit! Yeah, that'd be funny. That'd be good too.
Yeah, so there's research on Bale's elbow pads not to stick out. So for the Batfleck and Bale Batman, we don't want to talk too much about those now because they're still in production or development. Sorry. I think in today's stream I even mentioned that we are working on the Nightmare Batman.
Yeah.
It's just we're working with a few guys, giving some insights into the clothing.
Yeah.
And that's the big challenge.
Yeah.
Catwoman, it will be the Catwoman from The Dark Knight.
Yes, it's gonna be released to pre-order this year.
Yeah,
pre-order this year for Catwoman from TDK.
Yeah, TDK trilogy. So that will be this year.
Yeah.
What's the time frame you give for deposits after notifying when shipping is ready? So usually the deposit period is from now till the 24th of March, and then when the product's ready to ship, it depends on the shipping option. Right now we've got two options. You can either ship from China direct, which I think to US, for example, it's around $35 to $40 estimated.
Yeah.
As long as there's no tariffs, that's sneakily added later. And if you choose that method, it usually takes 7 to 10 days by air, which is pretty quick. And then there is an economy seat option, which will be much cheaper, but it's very difficult to work that price out. And that will take, to the US, it could take about 2 to 4 weeks, depending on which side of the US you live in. So those are the options. And then other countries, you've also got the air option, Air Express, which is around 7 to 10 days. And we can ship almost anywhere in the world as long as there's not an embargo. Ip Man. Would we do an Ip Man? Mike Tyson versus Ip Man. Jackie Chan, Rush Hour. Jackie Chan is something we've been asked about a lot, maybe later down the line.
对，我给他一个近景，然后我让他转一会儿。
Daenerys wouldn't be this year, it'd be next year, right?
Yeah, it'll be next year or year after. So as I mentioned in the Will stream, we're gonna have more preparation to the whole series. We're gonna make like at least a few of them before we start the series. So when we do start a series, you know, there's a few more you could be look out. So we're trying to make, as I mentioned in the Will stream, we're trying to make the Game of Thrones as our Star Wars. So we have to be more prepared for that one.
Yeah, and then we're going to start completing more lines. So Lord of the Rings, there's been some questions about Lord of the Rings. We will be making the full Fellowship, but it's going to take some time. So Gimli could be on the way. This year we're expecting maybe Sam and Frodo, and then next year some more characters from the Fellowship.
Yeah.
Okay. I think we've answered most of the questions so far.
可以给他来个半身吗？
Are we going to do the older versions of Harry Potter or stick to the first movie?
I don't know. But we're gonna try to finish the main characters for the Harry Potter movie. The younger, I guess. How do you say that? Younger versions.
Yeah, the early movies, right?
Yeah, early movies. And for the teenager period, I don't know. We have to see.
And then someone asked about changing address. So if you do ever order anything from our website, everything's just made to order pretty much. So if you do change your address, just email the customer service email and we can ship to your new address. The main thing is that your card details most of the time are going to match your shipping address, just to avoid any fraud or anything like that, because that can happen. And then will Sam and Frodo be a 2-pack?
It's not decided yet. Yeah.
So there's a question here from Cinematic Collector. Will you plan to have USA events outside of Comic-Con? Those sell out fast, and I'll promise to help build the Apex time cases. Well, the Apex time cases pretty much built. The hardest part is working out the lights.
Right, yeah.
But yeah, this year we're planning on at least 1 or 2 events, at least one event in the US, which will be a ticketed event similar to we did in Japan and Malaysia. So it's very important to sign up to our email newsletter. This year we'll be able to have a fan event, and it will be a closed event, meaning that it will be collectors that will be invited to attend.
Yeah.
And most likely it's going to be on the West Coast, and if budget permits, maybe East Coast.
Yeah, hopefully, finger crossed. Yeah, I do like the East Coast. So,
but New York,
yeah,
maybe?
New York, yeah.
Yeah, that's all doable. The closed events are a lot easier actually because of our time frame. Like set up, it's a lot easier to manage, and people seem to prefer those. So definitely sign up to our email newsletter. Go to inart.studio where you'll be able to buy this figure or pre-order, and then also sign up to our newsletter.
Yeah, it's gonna be $70 in deposit and $360 full price. We're gonna ship out worldwide, global license towards the end of this year. High chance to ship out faster, earlier than Q4, probably most likely Q3. But then let's have hope. Have hope on that.
Matrix we talked about on Will Stream, so there's no immediate plans for Matrix. Maybe later down the line we're gonna complete Lord of the Rings line. Yeah,
but we do already have a Neo in design. In development. And we made a Neo for Queen Studios, so that's not gonna be too hard for us. So if we do make Matrix, we're gonna complete the series. So not to worry about only get one, not the others. We're gonna make the whole set.
Yeah. So Morpheus and Trinity.
Yeah.
Another question. So this is about the Paul Atreides. So the nose breather. It's made of plastic. Some people said it should be made of rubber because it's easy to break the plastic piece.
Yeah, I don't know. I have to check with the R&D, but I've overheard sometimes that if it makes the plastic ones, it's fragile, right? That's noticeable. But if you make it rubber, it's probably gonna be too thick. I don't know. But if you do have like a broken, if you break it or it's been broken by the shipping, we just contact our after service and emails and any official account from any social media platforms, and we'll be more than happy to replace it for you.
Yes. So if you head to the INART Facebook, INART Instagram, you can message us, or you could go to inart.studio and there's a contact us button where you can leave a message or contact customer service at inart.studio. And if you have a broken breather, just let us know, send us a photo, and then we'll send a replacement. It's usually pretty quick. Batman 22. So will we do a Batman 2022 Catwoman? So there's a Catwoman in the 2022 Batman.
Which one? The Catwoman is from TDK.
Yeah, but they're asking about the other one, Zoe Kravitz one.
No plan yet.
No plan yet.
Yeah.
So do we have any price points yet for Batfleck or Wonder Woman?
No, yeah, we have 可以给个原型. The pricing point we are is we have to have the figure finished, very finished first, and then we can have the cost. Therefore, we can have the price. Because we not have it's unlike other companies that I know. They are making the price first, and then to have a fixed cost, and then just break down all the cost of all the pieces. We're not doing like that. We don't like name like have a fixed cost. We're just trying to build everything from scratch and then make it as best as we possibly can. And then towards the finish point, we're trying to negotiate with our manufacturer and all that. And towards the very end, we can have the price point. For this one particular, I think we started pre-order a week back, sometime around that, and then we set the price like 2 days before the pre-order. So that's the time frame we're looking at. Which that means we won't be able to have any price point just before anytime sooner than maybe a couple of weeks before the pre-order. So that's not the way we set our price. So we set our price later. I'm not sure if that makes sense.
Yeah. Basically, we want to offer the best pricing we can, but it comes down to what the actual costs are in producing the figure. And then another question is about this figure. So the cloud.
No, it's not going to be included. No.
And then there's another question: will we do more live streams for other figures?
Yeah, we're trying to do. Yeah, because this hopefully this is a good start, and then we're gonna do more down the line. We won't be able. We didn't. It's very hard for us to do last year because there's a lot of issues on the manufacturing side, or the production problems, but we addressed most of them last year, and for this year we're going to spend more time, allocate more resources on the to engage the community and whatnot. So we're going to have more streams this year, and for Queen Studio, for INART, for Morphic, for all the brands, we're going to do more streams. So that's to be more engaged.
Yeah, the only issue is licensing. Sometimes the licensors.
Yeah, sometimes the licensor would not be very impressed with us showing. Yeah, but nonetheless, we're going to do more of these coming down to the line this year.
Yeah. So someone's asking about the Nazgul and the horse.
Yeah.
If the licensor permits it, we can do it. But if they say no, then there's not a lot we can do about that. The best thing to do is attend one of the events that we'll have planned.
Yeah.
Where we can show the figures.
Yeah. Nazgul has like a lot of die-cast parts for his armor. Now, unlike for this one, the die-cast armor for Nazgul is really, really good. It doesn't really show up on pictures or videos, but if you get it on hands, the texture and the weights, it's really good. It's really, really beautiful, and it's very costly to make. The cost of making those are really, really high. I'm not sure we're gonna do die cuts anytime soon because it's so expensive to do. And then I know the price point is high, but we're not making mad dollars from that one because the cost is also really, really high with the die cast because all the pieces coming together, and you can do like a small angles with the leg armor. It's really good with Nazgul. So I'm really looking forward to that one.
Someone asked, why is the resolution only 720? Unfortunately, we're in mainland China right now, so there's going to be some quality degradation just because of the quality. We have
to make sure the stream doesn't lag. So because in China, we'll be figuring out. We're trying to figure out something. Maybe we can move this to Shenzhen, very close to Hong Kong. Maybe we'll be doing something different because in Hangzhou it's like a middle part of the China, but it's hard trying to make sure the stream doesn't lag. You're trying to make sure that first, and then we'll improve the quality later down the line. But you can see like a high resolution pictures and videos anywhere on the internet, right? So that's I can show you that all the pictures and the videos are taken from this particular piece. So it's exactly the set. This set is the coloring is recreated by the manufacturers, not from our artists. So that means the ones you are getting is very, very close to this one. This is a T1 version. We're gonna make a few changes, a few improvements into T3 and T4. So yeah, but it's very close to this one. So it's not 3D print. All the molds are finished. Coloring being recreated by our manufacturer. So yeah, it's you're gonna get it in time because we finished all the molds. You're gonna get it very close to this one because it's made by our manufacturer, not by our artist.
And then the other question, Bruce Lee, we talked about on Wheel Stream. So there should be 2 more figures this year.
Yeah.
And then maybe Seamless Body next year.
Yeah.
Christopher Reeve Superman is in progress now.
Yeah.
It won't be anytime soon, maybe end of this year, early next year.
Right? Yeah.
If you only paid the NRD, can I pay the rest any time? Yeah, so if you paid the non-refundable deposit, you can pay the balance at any time.
Yeah.
Sometime this year, we'll be working on a payment plan. So if people want to pay in installments, that will be something that will be available.
Yeah.
We're expecting that to go live after March this year. Just a few things to work on for the payment plan options, which I believe will make it a lot easier for collectors.
Yes.
A flagship store? Will we open a flagship store or a place for display?
What do you mean?
Like a store to go and see the figures? Yeah, offline.
Yeah, we have plans to do those, but yeah, I mean, it's slight chance to happen this year, but eventually we're gonna make a flagship offline store, just have like a more demonstration of how the figure will be look like. But then, yeah, we have to, because last year we have to address the production problems, right? To make sure, the company stays live, basically. This year we're gonna spend more time, more engaged on the community, so more resources allocated to the sales end. And for next year, we're gonna do more expanding in terms of licensing and offline dealership as well. So that's a couple priorities right now.
Some questions in traditional Chinese.
Right. Yeah, I have. Jeez, dude, I have seen your messages.我有看到你这个，我有看到你说的所有东西。我们需要时间去看怎么去实现，对不对？你感谢你可以追到这儿来，但我们是需要去讨论的，就是所有的东西你发给我们全部都看到了，然后我也都发给这个团队去研究的。这个你不用到处追我去讲这些东西啊，感谢支持啊，感谢支持。
Figures going on for pre-order next 2 to 3 months. So Thorin is planned, right?
Yeah, Thorin is planned. A couple from Chainsaw Man. The big four. What we call big four is Wonder Woman, Ben Affleck, Batman, Catwoman, and Christian Bale, Batman. So that's our big four. We're gonna make 3 this year to pre-order, and then 3 from maybe 2-3 from Walking Dead. But that depends on the actors who approve their likeness. So that's a bit of uncertainties there. So yeah, that's a couple for Harry Potter, 1 for Lord of the Rings, maybe a couple for Lord of the Rings. Yeah, we'll see how it goes.
So the Daenerys Targaryen you mentioned on Will Stream, it'd be a seamless body, right?
Yes,
so they're asking any costumes in particular.
We have to tackle the seamless body first because a lot of costumes for Daenerys are basically not very much clothes on, right? So we have to work out the seamless body first, and then we'll figure out what costumes to make later, because that would be an easy question, right? On top of that, I did mention earlier that we're trying to have more preparation for the whole series, right? For the whole Game of Thrones series. That means we're gonna prepare at least 4 or 5 figures, not just Daenerys or Jon Snow. We're gonna make more characters for the series, and then we'll see that's ready. So that's when the time we're gonna release the series. So I wouldn't say it's gonna be anytime soon. probably later next year or early year after. So yeah, we're gonna try to finish the series we started right now. We're trying to finish Harry Potter and get a lot of Rings first, and then we slowly move into new IP series. So as again I mentioned in Will's stream, so IP series are on top and different and more characters to to have our customers collectors to collect the whole set, and then different costumes for the same character, and then on the very bottom reissue of the same character, same costume. That's the least thing we're trying to do, right? So IP series, more characters, different costumes of the main character, and then reissue. So that's the priorities we have there.
Thomas Perry says, "Can we get a 1/6 figure of John from INART?" I don't think so.
Yeah, maybe we will. We'll see.
We'll
the
do a
hype.
Viper, maybe a Viper.
Yeah, we can put out the vote and then see. We're gonna do a Johnny with the beer in as an accessory. So that'll be pretty good.
Another question, like, please prioritize QC over getting things
Yes,
out
yes, I do like to address that. I believe we addressed this question quite from the beginning of World Stream. The QC quality, the QC issues, the whole thing are the top priority of our strategic view, because it's not easy for us to just acquire new customers. So existing customers or recurring revenue are the main source of our revenue stream. So quality control are the most vital thing for us. I can share some of the data for reference. The average QC after service percentage we have, as in the after service against the total output, percentage wise are going down quite a bit, significantly. For example, for Superman, we're looking at 3.5 to 3.6%, but then relative number are going up because we are making more and more figures into different SKUs, especially with the later ones, right? Because the brand is growing. So I wouldn't too worry about the QC quality or the QC issues, because we already heading into the right direction, as the statistics showing that it's been declining, and we have better access to the manufacturing resources, and we have more experience. Meaning that from the design, from the R&D process, from the very beginning, we plan out the whole thing out, so less chance of anything get into quality control or after service in that sense. So yeah, I wouldn't too worry about the problem, and then again we prioritize the problem on top of our shelf. So I look at the after service problem on a daily basis. So you have my word, will be tackle that problem, and very soon.
The questions from Yomo: are you guys planning on doing more of these streams for pre-orders?
Yes, that's a plan. Do more streams, more engaged, face to face to our customers, online and offline. We're gonna do more events globally. We already started. We kicked off in Malaysia this year and followed up by an event in Japan, Tokyo, and then we're gonna do a couple more in the States, and hopefully we can do something in the Europe. I don't know if we can make in time, but yeah. So more time engaged with the community. Yes, that's a plan.
Yeah, and then on the streams, when we first started the brand, I was in a lot of streams just to answer the initial questions, and then we went a bit quiet last year, as Ivan mentioned, because we needed to fix the problems first. But this year will be more Q&As with other streamers and our own channels, and that leads to Dark Spider David, which is a 112. He sent in a list of questions. We met him in San Diego. So to answer Dark Spider David, we're going to get back to you on the questions, and hopefully we can do a similar stream we did with Will.
Right, those are really good questions. I think I got them very early last year, right? I think it was sometime mid last year.
It was just after August. I think it was.
Yeah, sometime around that.
August, yeah.
We didn't have give you a response right away, because some of the questions are really, really good. It makes me to think the whole strategy, right? So thanks again for the question, and we're gonna do like in-depth answer or analysis with that questions with you, maybe on stream or or some other format. But then as we go on the line with your questions in mind, we it's really good questions, and then makes me think of the whole strategy all the time. So thanks for the question, and then hopefully we can get some materials, some contents out soon, right? So maybe after holiday, after Chinese New Year.
And then the face not look right.
We are mending. 猫女的脸是已经调整了。We have already changed quite a bit for the cat woman from TDK. Would be I think we're gonna release some of the shots before. I wouldn't say when, but we already changed the face. 猫女的脸已经改掉了。
And then a question about the shipping cost for this figure. Roughly to the West Coast, it depends exactly where you live, because if you live in a more remote place, there might be some remote charges. But generally, it's between $35 to $40. But that depends on the shipping costs. At the end of the year, because they can fluctuate, and it also depends on any tariffs that the US government put in place. But at the moment, we're estimating between $35 to $40, and we'll cover some of those costs as well to keep it quite balanced. Dumbledore and
Snape will be, I think, very likely, we're gonna release Snape this year. Dumbledore will be next year.
Okay, I think that's most of the questions answered now.
So let's go back to the figure. This is a 1/6 action figure for the Sage armor of the game, from the game Black Myth Wukong. And this is a global license, and we are the only license holder to making those. And this is a very beautiful piece. It's fully articulated. We're not gonna mess it around here, but we're gonna follow up with pictures of this particular set to give you like an idea of how the level of articulation. The price is $360, deposit is $70, and we're gonna ship out this year, towards the end of this year, most probably a little bit earlier than that, because we finished all the molds, and the coloring, the face, everything you see has been recreated by the factories, by the manufacturers. So it's not 3D print, it's not made by our artist. So the one you're getting or the one you purchase are very likely to this one, but please to know that. Sorry, I'm just sleeping my mind out. But just note that this is a T1 version. We're gonna make some tweaks or some small improvements along the way. We're gonna make T2, T3 version, or even T4 to make it into the best shape possible. We do gonna make announcement to tell you guys where we have made the changes in compared to this one. So deposit $70 and $360 for the full price, and then we're gonna ship out this year towards the end of this year Q4, hopefully a little earlier than that. It's global license, and if you go on to our website, and you can check out the shipping cost, and we're gonna share some of the shipping cost just to take some of the burden out. This is
the question about the rope.
The rope here. I'll address the rope problem. This is a real rope right here, but then on the front, the front armor, this is the silicone. Not silicone. This is plastic ABS, most likely ABS line, because as you can see here, the assembling point here, because this one, as you can see, this is from the accessory, right? To recreate the trailer scene and take it out from the year, right? That's really cool, right? Anyways, so this assembling point here is really tiny. It's like this is thinner than a toothpick. This is a lot thinner than a toothpick. So this is thinner than this. So this is like a lot more significantly thinner than a toothpick. If you have an assembly point here to make it like a real rope, this would not last it won't pass the shipping thing. It's gonna get damaged.
It could break in transit.
Yeah, braking transit. So it has to be ABS material here. But here on the west, the line on the west, we're looking at options to improve here as we speak. But then this is the best we can do, and then yeah, this is a real line. This is a real line on the sides on the shoulder armor.
Yeah, so one more question about the magnetic pegs. So it said, why is the use of magnetic pegs for hands not systematic? And I think he means by systematic means like not standardized.
Standardized.
Yeah.
I think we're not gonna do like more magnet joints anymore because it's not very steady and it's not very reliable with the magnets and because so I think we're gonna slowly switch back to the old joint ball thing rather than magnets.
But then with the joint balls, right, they quite easily break and then sometimes they get stuck inside.
Yeah, true that. But you know, that's another question. That's another topic we were making the 素体怎么说？ To make it yeah, so to make the body, right? So basically the body every time it'd be easier solution to use a repeat body structure, right? But we're actually making all the new ones for our different characters. So we're slowly improving on that one as well. So you wouldn't have too much problem down the line with the joints and everything. If you're getting like a couple or 3-4 products from us, you would notice the body are different. We're not using the same body structure. So it's tricky. It's not. Yeah. So yeah, we're getting good with that one.
Okay, and then the Jin Fubanga, I think it's that bottle thing.
Yeah.
That's made of PVC or
yeah,
ABS?
PVC and ABS. Yes.
So is it strong?
Yeah, it's quite strong, and then it's hassle free. You don't have to take extra care with it. You just leave it out or in the box or whatever you want. Just try to avoid direct sunlight. Other than that, you should be fine. If you getting dirty or getting dusty, just to brush it off. It just it's not fragile, right? It's because it's PVC and ABS material. It's quite mature in the industry, so I wouldn't too worry about that.
And then yeah, so no question about die cast. So there is no die cast on this piece.
There's no die cast because the thickness would be different. If we do die cast somewhere, ABS would look very weird. If it's gonna be, I do get requests saying that to make it all die cast, it's possible to make and the techniques are ready. But then if you make all die cast, it's gonna be very pricey, very pricey because it's gonna be more handmade into the process. Regardless of the coloring, it's gonna be more process into the coloring, and then you add on process of making the handmade die cast parts. That can result in two things. It can be very slow and it's going to be very pricey, and then ultimately going to be resulting in a limited order. So this is the very least thing we trying to do. We don't want to limit any characters, any figures we make. So ABS and PVC are the best solutions for mass production and for a fairly a fair price point. I would say fair price point. So yeah, this is a solution we have right now.
And Toys Universe Hong Kong is asking about so if the armor's quite heavy, he's worried about the joints will lose strength over time. So will they be strong enough?
No, it's all straightened with the joints. So yeah, you can see all the different postures, right? And we're gonna be sharing images for the past 3 days of the stream that we did in Chinese social media, and some of the poses are really, you hold on for like an hour or two. So I wouldn't too worry about the joints and whatnot. It just, we have this stand on underneath the crouches because the armor is very heavy, if you do like different poses, so you might the gravity point, you might lose the gravity point, it might collapse or whatever. But then that's why we have the stand. But other than that, I wouldn't worry about the joints. Yeah.
And then another question about the staff. So the material of the staff as well.
Stuff? What do you mean stuff?
This is the staff.
Yeah, this is ABS and PVC also. Yeah.
Okay, and no die cast.
Yeah, no die cast. I'll show. I'll give you like a example of the detailing. Oh, when we have the cameraman just went off. I'll just maybe go near. It's a lot of details. See that? Oh, he's back. 我看一下这个棍子，近景看一下这个棍子。哦，可以，谢谢。然后近景看一下这个棍子。So as you can see, it's quite a bit detailing there. And then this is engraved prints. So it's not 粘上怎么说
I don't know.
Yes,
Engraved. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not.
Oh, it's not printed on.
Yeah, it's not printed on. It's engraved. This is all handmade. So if you're gonna do like a die cast for the stuff, it's gonna be too heavy. It's gonna be way too heavy for the joints. So it has to be lighter of the ABS and PVC material, and it's very good for coloring and then to have a balance point of the stuff, and then you wouldn't break the joint. So.
Oh, he's talking about the pick that pulls out of his ear. How about that piece?
Oh, this is a PVC. PVC material is quite robust. This is very robust. So you can see it's very robust. You can't break it. Like, yeah, this PVC material. And then you probably would not see from the camera, but you do get like details for this smaller stuff as well. So yeah, very interesting accessory we have right here.
And then another question is about the morphing line. So will we be able to recreate this level of detail in 112?
It's gonna be different, but then for 112, our priority is the articulation. So anything that in the way of articulation, we're gonna think about ways to go around with it. So for 1.6, it's all about the looks, right? Get as much as details, as much as coloring, texture, layers, as much as we can get to get in, right? That's a priority. But for 112, it's all about articulation. So it's all gonna be different looks, but then it's just a priority shift. It's not like we can't or we don't want to. It's just different priorities.
So this dark spread of div again. I know that there's also going to be 112 version of the characters.
Yeah.
Canvas setting smaller means less detail.
Yes.
Are there any advantages or hacks to making it smaller? So is there any advantages to make
it? There's the benefits of making smaller version of this Wukong, any kind of character, because it's you can 来一个远景。I'll explain in with the demonstration of this. 给一个远景用那个。
Yes, we do ship to Venezuela. You just have to check your shipping and tariffs.
Yeah,
there'll be a link on our website.
So for 112, the benefits of making it smaller, right? Is like you have to look out for the articulation, right? You have to look out how you're gonna design the cuts. Like for example, the elbows cuts, the knees, right? This is a very bulky armor, right? So how are you gonna move? This is not. Well, by the way, this is not a sample of 112. This is actually the sample for 1/3. But you get it. You got an idea. So how are you gonna move the waist? How are you gonna move the joints? And then you have to be different. You have to design specifically for different characters to make it more articulated. if you know what I mean. Like I don't have it on hands, but I think a very good example would be 112 Catwoman, right? It's also from TDK. For 112 Catwoman from TDK, we designed that to have the cuts and the waists that embedded or hidden from the sleeve, right? The Catwoman from TDK, he has a long sleeve gloves, right? All the way goes up to here, and then we designed the cuts just underneath the gloves. So whenever she bend the elbow, the cuts would look almost invisible because we have like a two-piece joints here, and as well as the wrist. So if you get the idea that the idea goes to Morphic is to design specifically for different looks and bury or hidden the cuts into the looks. So to make it like oneness, to look at to make it look good as well as it moves really good. So articulation and looks all balanced. That's the goal we're trying to get there.
And then what's this piece here?
Oh, this is the I don't know it's in English, but
I don't know the name.
Yeah.
Someone call it a circlet.
Yeah, circular. We have a hand prepared. We have a set of hands prepared just for this. I'll give you an example. So you could make a pose. You could make a pose with this set of hands. You see that? Right. So this part of the accessory is here. So you just like hold it, but it's not gonna be able to wear it on top of the head. So it's all gonna be it goes with this pair of hands.
Then there's a question about Legolas. So the last minute on Legolas, we announced that we might have like a stand, right?
Yeah.
So will Legolas be magnetic or only a stand?
I think it's gonna be stand and magnet, but I have to check. I have to go back and check. But the idea, the last discussion we had was to have the both.
And then, sorry, just catching up. Any plans for more anime, and Berserk from anime as well?
What anime?
Just anime in general.
Yeah, anime in general will be also in 112 for Morphic. We had a little test for 1.6 with the Chainsaw Man. We have to wait and see how it plays out. If it plays out really well, we might be able to add, but I don't think. I think it's very, very unlikely to do well with anime for 1.6, I think.
So it says, any chance INART would be willing to sell the crotch grabber shown here individually?
Oh no, it's also designed different for specifically for different characters. So it depends on the structure as well. So we tend to have the crotch, the stand for all the products future down the line. So yeah, there is no reason for you to buy separately, I think.
Yeah, and also if you bought them separately, they wouldn't necessarily fit each different
because you have to design how the stand would go into the base, right? So it's all, if you just buy the stand, how would you do that? I imagine you want that with our earlier products, but then the problem would be how would you place the stands into the base?
Yeah, it wouldn't work. So for Hot Toys, their bases you can use interchangeably, whereas we don't really do it like that. Someone's asking about they definitely want to see a spinning staff accessory. So this this version, but spinning accessory.
I don't think it would be possible to make for 1.6. I have to check, but for 1.1, for real size, we have a few already in the office. It's rotatable, but I'm not sure we're gonna release those, but we have some we're doing some tests right now.
Fidget spinner
kind of. Fidget, yes. and then some of the lights and as well. So
yeah, so also we will develop more characters from this the True Bajie, right?
yeah, Bajie for 1/6 is coming up next. Also this year, and then a female character possibly down the line next year. Maybe this year. I don't know. Depends on how do you guys like it. If you guys like it, we can make it faster. If not, we might cancel that.
Yeah, so we need to go to inart.studio,
yeah,
and then find this figure. And then if you pre-order this, we're more likely to make more figures from the line.
Yes, it's going to be $70 in deposit and $360 full price. So we ship it out worldwide, global license. And then if you check out our website, then you can see the estimated shipping cost, and we do share some of the shipping cost, and then just to just fair price for you guys.
Yeah, so another question about HBO. So Game of Thrones is something that we are working on right now, but it won't be this year.
Yeah.
We will go deep into that line. So look out for Game of Thrones in maybe 2026. I think we've answered almost all the questions now.
Yeah.
So probably maybe 3 more questions, and then maybe we'll wrap this stream up and see how it goes for the
be
future.
Sure to check out our website to buy this beautiful figure here.
Thanks, fellas. Guys, when does Batfleck and Reeves go for pre-order?
Ben Affleck with the tactical armor, I think we're looking at towards the end of this year. And we do have 2 other costumes for Ben Affleck in development. But then it's probably most likely not going to be this year, maybe next year. So yeah, that's for Ben Affleck. We're trying to make 3. One is much faster than the other 2.
Then another question is, when do you decide to choose the different faces? Because this one's just got one expression, right? Sometimes we have different mouthpieces.
Yeah. For mouthpiece, it's going to be. I think it's only going to be happen with Batman with
masked head sculpts, right?
With mask sculpts, yes. And then for this particular figure, there's a very low chance to make another Wukong, but if we do, we're gonna change the face as always. We're not gonna use the same face in different figures, right? So we'll see. If it really goes well, we might be able to make another costume of this Wukong figure. But I don't think that's very likely. For 112, it has higher chance because 112 it tends to get more wide in terms of contents. Yes.
Okay, yeah. Some people said stay away from calling the Batfleck suit tactical because people get confused with Justice League tactical suit. Sorry, that's my fault.
Yeah.
Because we're trying to translate from the Chinese version, so I think I misspoke. But it will be the BVS Batman.
Yeah, it will be the BVS Batman, yes.
And then a question from Gabriel Sandova. Have you beat the game?
I haven't really finished the game because I don't really have the time to go through. But I have checked all the I've watched all the streams and videos and everything. It felt like I've played the game like 100 times over. But I haven't really got the time around it. But with the holiday coming up, I might be able to have more time to play the game. I have bought it. Where's my disc? Let's see. Got it. So yes, gonna check it out with all the hours I'm gonna put in.
Okay, so we're just gonna end on this final question. Will a part 2 Paul be made? So right now we're in discussions for more Dune figures, right?
Yeah, I think we're gonna make what's his girlfriend's name?
I forgot now.
Yeah, it's always hard with the translation into different names, yeah. So basically, his girlfriend, right? And then his cousin. But for myself, me personally, I would like to do Lady Jessica, his mother, but apparently that's not much request. But then we're gonna do very likely we're gonna do
Charney.
Chani, yes, Chani, and his bald cousin. So no rooty hair for that one. That can be really quick. So yeah, Dune is my favorite movie. So we're gonna make that. We're gonna make that forever.
Bad as well. Okay, and then last question: what figures do you both collect?
I bought a few 112. Just it's more playful, interesting to have. But 1/6, I had a couple old ones from Hot Toys, but nothing new from us or nothing new from Hot Toys because just have no time to do all of this. It's quite a bit of pressure last year to do all the manufacturer, all the issues happening in our factories. I flew like 100 times over the factory last year. It was crazy times, man. But then, yeah, as you can probably see, towards the end of last year, we addressed like most of the production issues is getting really fairly quickly now, right? With controllable quality control, so quality control issues. So yeah, this year we're going to be, as mentioned multiple times, this year we're going to be spend more time to be engaged in the community, more streams, more events, and all that kind of thing. So yeah, stay tuned and check out our website for this beautiful figure, $70 in deposit, $360 full price. It's a global license from Game Science of the game Black Myth Wukong, and then we ship it out worldwide towards the end of this year. There's high chance we're going to ship it faster, probably Q3. So yeah, be sure to check it out and maybe buy it.
Make sure you share this this stream and subscribe to INART's YouTube, INART YouTube, because in 2025, after Chinese New Year, we'll have some more streams with some other streamers.
Yes.
And events in the US. But we can only do that if you buy more figures. So make sure
yes.
You go to inart.studio.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Thank
Thanks
you,
a lot, guys.
Peace. Happy New Year. Happy Chinese New Year. Okay. Peace. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye.